There it is. All right.
Got it. Oh, I could have just
Okay.
hit leave meeting real fast. That would have made for a fun one.
Yeah, right. Okay, so as always, thank you for your time. We're gonna stay on track. Everybody, I hope at this point knows that we've got about 45 minutes here. So we're gonna try to end promptly right at 10:50 or before. And so the first thing that we're gonna do here for the first few minutes, these partner series are about us showing our customers, our preferred partners, and the presentations that used to be given to us that we really never had a good way to show our customers. And we'd always sit back at our desk after an exciting presentation and sort of get, sucked back into the work that we were doing. And so this is a way for us to make sure that you, our customers that are live with us, and then also the ones that will watch the recorded version, can get some of the same presentations that we get. And in particular, we're excited about having Josh and Hirsch. I said before we started recording, I've been a big fan of Hirsch for a long time. Sold a lot of JBL speakers and other brands that they have over the years. And first thing we want to do is get to know Josh a little bit. We always say that we're, our value, a big value for us is relationship with each other, with our vendors, with our customers. And so, we appreciate the work that Josh hasn't been with Hirsch for very long, but he's been very helpful and very responsive to us, and we appreciate that. So Josh, tell me, first of all, thanks for your time. Thanks for doing this.
Oh yeah, no, I love all of this stuff.
Tell us, I know I mentioned it, tell us how long you've been with Hirsch.
So I have been with Hirsch since right at the beginning of June. So we're going close to 3 months.
So yeah, not long. And you were with who before?
I was with KTI Promo for almost 7 years prior to this.
How long in the industry in general?
Going on 8. So I'm, in promo world, that's a baby.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, so tell us one thing about, this question, I've written it several different ways. What's really something unique about you, or something that might surprise us to know about you that you like doing, a hobby, anything?
Well, so I'm a bright, in your face, loud personality. And, I love to laugh and hang out, but I am like an avid, I love to grill. I have a Blackstone that I cook on that I post about all the time. But usually, when I sit down,
is that the flat grill? The Blackstone is the flat one, is that right?
Flat, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that thing. I would cook on it every single day if I could. That's not fully unexpected. But what a lot of people don't know is usually if I have time to actually sit down and watch a movie, most would probably think just by talking to me that comedy is my go-to. But I grew up, my mom was a horror movie fanatic. Now she's not. She would probably not make it through one now that she's got grandkids. But that is what I'll sit down, give me a good 80s, 90s slasher flick, give me some Freddy Krueger, Scream, something like that. And even if I've seen it 20 times, it'll be the first time I've ever watched it.
That's hilarious. No, I certainly remember those from growing up. I wasn't allowed to watch them as a kid though. So
now the movies that come out now, I have an 8 and a 10-year-old, and they ask about it all the time because they see my movie collection, and I'm like, nope, not yet. Not yet. However, by
I'll tell you something, man.
Probably 5 of the Freddy Krueger movies.
Yeah, horror movies of today are a whole different ball game to what they were then. I mean, it has progressed quite a bit. No, that's awesome. And I have even just a few times we've been interacting, I've loved just your personality. I'm excited for you to do this. So tell us a little bit. Let's transition. Tell us a little bit about Hirsch, what you love most about the company and your job there.
Yeah, so at my previous job, when I first got into that job role, I immediately started volunteering because I fell in love with the promo industry. It's done a whole number for me. I used to be a collect a check and go home kind of guy, and that has completely changed since I've got into this industry. And when I started volunteering, one of the first people that I met was Peter Hirsch, who is the president and owner of Hirsch Gift. And just hearing about them, and I knew I met so many people that have worked here and everything. And one of the things that I had always said was, I loved where I was, but if I was ever given the opportunity, I would, move to Hirsch because I just loved everything that it stood for. When you saw the people there, the employees out at a trade show, they were friends. It was almost like a family, and everybody was so positive. And I had the chance to come in here and just kind of like, do some meetings for a local promotional product board that I'm on, and everything else. And it's just a great environment to be in. So when, I got the opportunity to come over, it was great. And it was an easy transition for me. Like I love a lot of the brands that they carry. And that's what Hirsch specializes in, is it's retail brands that that you see in stores already, that we've gotten contracts with to be able to print a company's logo on, whether you're talking JBL or Logitech or, Belkin, and all of those brands we get, like, and it's cool to see companies' logos be printed with this, because then it elevates that, and you feel that throughout this entire office. Like, we're a large company, but it still feels about this big because everybody works so closely and everybody has that same mindset of, we just want to make this place succeed at all costs. We want to make sure the customers are taken care of, and it's quality customer service. It's just like hearing everybody on the phone. Everybody just gets jazzed up when like orders and everything come through the door. So it's the environment is fantastic.
I would jump in and just say that, I've always said that people always have sort of the marketing language and the ways that they talk about their company and sort of their promised customer experience. But I will say everything that you just said, I can confirm is what I've experienced with you guys. And I think, what makes a preferred vendor for us, I know Brett and I talk a lot about it, starts really with having a person that we have a relationship with a lot of times at that vendor who we know that we can go to if we have a challenge, or, it's probably, I would think and hope that that's the same reason that a lot of people do business with us. And then from there, it's the staff and the team and making sure that, that they have quality product and that, they follow through on your orders. But something we say all the time also is that, everybody performs well when things go well. You find out who you're dealing with when there's a challenge. We certainly work really hard to avoid challenges, but when you have
they happen.
Right. And there've been a few challenges that we've had over the years with Hirsch, and you guys have always just been a very stand up and very honorable. I think it's Alicia that might be there that's awesome. I've dealt with her several times. She's awesome. So so like, for us, it's the brands, it's the products, but it's the people. And that's why we're excited to, bring you guys to our customers today. And I'll tell you going in, I'll get ready here just to turn it over to Josh to start his presentation. But I know that everybody is aware, and we've talked at length about the challenges and in supply chain for our industry, but also, I think I was joking with Justin the other day. I called a guy, I'm in bourbon country, and you walk into a liquor store and say, hey, you got any Pappy Van Winkle? And they'll just laugh at you. And it's starting to feel that way if you ask for a dishwasher or a refrigerator. People there's just nothing out there. So I know Josh is going to touch on that. So Josh, let's go ahead and without further ado, let's just turn it over and let's see what you've got to show us today.
All right, perfect. Yeah. So supply chain issues, normally I would save like my tech lines kind of like for the end of what we carry, but we're going to kickstart with that. But before I do that, Hirsch really did get their start doing Crystal Awards, which I think still have a place in the industry. Like when you get up to those 10, 15, 20, 25 years of service, you really want those nice Crystal Awards to celebrate them. But, throughout the time, Hirsch wanted to become like a premium gift supplier. And that's kind of what we really set the standard of, which is, bringing in JBL was kind of like one of the first brands that we actually brought in. And, JBL is carried by Best Buy, Amazon, Target. So we're right up there with them in terms of like those big box retail stores that carry that. We actually get exclusive access to carry them as well. So it's kind of cool, but it just went crazy from there. Now we're up to like, I believe almost 50 different retail brands that we carry. Of course, I'm not going to try and touch on all of those right now because we have only got like 30 minutes. So let's not do that. But I'm going to start with JBL, which I normally save for last. But it really is just because of like that supply chain issue that we've talked about already, that is so relevant. And you hear it just even from like when Amazon, you know, when you're expecting a 2-day delivery, it turns into a 4 or 5 because of like shipping issues. Maybe they didn't have it, or they're so overloaded with stuff they're trying to get out, it takes a little longer. So with JBL, that's kind of where we're at too. So the speakers that I'm going to show you are, you know, those are our most popular things. We carry JBL headphones, but everybody loves their speakers. The sound quality is fantastic. They're waterproof. You get a massive amount of playtime out of them. But that is the thing. JBL themselves is having, you know, a shortage, a supply chain issue when it comes to getting certain things for their speakers in. So we're working through that, but it's not just the promo side that's having that issue. It's not just Hirsch that's having issue getting that stock from JBL. It's JBL also being out of stock. It's Best Buy, it's Amazon, it's Target, it's all of them being out of stock. So if there is a piece that I show that you want in terms of JBL, you know, talk to Brett and Landon and all of them, and just like I've told them before, just bug me all the time because we can get a shipment in that we may not know is coming. So just check in all the time, and I will gladly go. But it really just boils down for JBL. It's their speakers, their headphones, their earbuds. We're good to go on. It's just that the certain chip that goes in the speaker that really kind of drives that home. And then also when it comes to holidays, again, just across the board, I would say if y'all have any holiday programs in place, go ahead and get your orders in as fast as you can, or just start looking right now, because we want to make sure you have it with more than enough time. I will tell you, fourth quarter around here is insanely busy. So if you can get ahead of the game, do it. I would love to see those start coming in now. All right,
And real quick,
JBL.
just part of the reason there is that it's August, you know, so we got September, October, November, you got about 3 months. If something's out of stock, there's at least, if we get orders in now, there's really the reason to get the orders in now is either to go ahead and secure the inventory that is available. And yes, you know, you'll be ahead of the game if that's the case. Or second is to get on back order and make sure that we sort of get our place in line and have adequate time for some product to get in, at least the product that we would still be able to get in before holidays. So, you know, Alex, myself, Brett, and Buck, we're all here ready and to, you know, check inventory on the things that you need and get those orders in so that we can do one of those two things.
Yeah, and that's ever so important, especially with JBL. If you do want JBL speakers, go ahead and get them. You know, we're hearing likely maybe November. So if you could go ahead and get those, and if you like that, then when that comes in, you'll be top of the list before everybody else that's going to wait until November to place that order. So our most popular one, which Landon actually had music playing on, is our JBL Flip 5. It's a fantastic speaker. I mean, you get JBL branding on both sides, and then you get JBL right here. And then the company logo goes right above the JBL. It's a 4-color process, like a heat transfer, so you don't have to worry about the logo fading into the grooves right here. And with this one, all JBL speakers are IPX7 waterproof, meaning you can dunk them into water for like 30 minutes. Why you would do that, I don't know, but if it falls in the pool, it's not going to short out. And then the bass quality and everything that comes out of JBL is absolutely outstanding. This speaker alone, the Flip 5, gets you 12 hours of playtime, which out of a Bluetooth item is almost unheard of. And so that is probably our #1 seller right now. The one below that I would say is probably #2 is going to be what we call our go-to. And really it's because of the branding area that we get. So I'm going to show you this one first. So it's the go-to. It's mini, right? It's not the size of the palm of my hand. JBL on the front grill speaker, and then the logo would go right here on the side. This one still is IPX7 waterproof. You get 5 hours of playtime out of it rather than the 12 out of the more premium version of the Flip 5. But the benefit of this is if you don't want this JBL logo right here, you can upgrade it. And we have partnered with JBL to allow us, we're the only people that get to do this. They send us custom grill plates so where we can print across the grill. So when you're talking this versus this is going to win out right here, because just that the branding area alone and the print that we can do on it looks absolutely fantastic. You can still also do the print on the side if you like, but this right here is fantastic.
Where's the JBL logoing? I'm curious on the full color front, Josh.
So then it's always on the back.
Got
it's
it.
always embossed on the back. Yeah, so it's gonna be there somewhere. Um, and that it's nice because that specific speaker, we're the only ones that do it. Best Buy, Amazon, Target don't even have that. We have that one. So it's a good little like thing with them. But yes, those two are our most popular. We, again, stock issues, but as soon as we get them in, we fulfill orders, even if it comes in like 25 increments or 50 from JBL alone. Um, so moving into that,
Real
so
quick, was the imprint on the side, was that a laser engrave or a pad print?
that's a pad print on the side.
Okay, got it.
Yep. So going into what JBL we do have sufficient stock of right now is going to be their headphones and their earbuds. So we have a line of the over the ear headphones, everything down from like ones that are noise canceling, non-noise canceling, ones that like these are the smaller ones. We have ones that fully cup over your ears, similar to some of the Beats that you've seen, or the Apple ones that go way over your ears. These are our most popular ones. The logo is, you do get a smaller imprint area, but it's nice that you can still have it. It's going to go right here above the cup that goes right at your ear, and you can even do it on both sides. If you want. It doesn't have to just be one side. So those are really popular. And then we have, these are our JBL T225s. These are their newer earbuds. So this is the case right here. So obviously you'll get the print on the clip, the closure of the case. Charging port is going to be on the bottom, and it is a Type-C charging port. And then inside are the earbuds. And you'll see there's one that lets you know there's blue and red, so you know which side. They're also labeled to let you know as well. Like you'll see, I don't know if I can get close enough that y'all can see there's an R on there. But super easy, just goes right into your ears, hangs down similar to the AirPods. But the thing about this is AirPods actually have a 3 hour, I would say 2.5 to 3 hour playtime. If you're playing them at like medium volume levels, if you get up to that full blast, you're going to get about an hour and a half. These basically double what you get out of the AirPods. So, and you still get the same, quality. They're not going to short out if they get a little bit wet, because I know some of the AirPods actually, if you're out running and it starts to rain, some of them will just completely be gone. You do have that nice JBL, like get a little bit of that splash resistant out of them so they won't short out. If you are in the
comment on that, Josh, I was just going to comment on that. I know that, so those that you just showed, those, and then I think you guys even have another version from them, but I love that as an alternative, because here's where we end up a lot with AirPods, is people want like the Apple, or that are really expensive, and then they'll kind of drop down to sort of a generic set. And the generic sets, it's been really hard to find a generic set out there that's decent quality. Whereas, these JBLs, I think, first of all, they create a brand that is known for sound, and they're excellent quality, and the price point is significantly lower than the AirPods. So it creates a great sort of middle of the road option between, people who don't want to spend the money on a custom set of AirPods down to the generic set. So it's a great option for that.
Yeah, and JBL really does, like in the speakers and in the headphones, they do have that price range of like really affordable all the way up to your $100 like earbuds and things like that, but you still get the same great sound quality out of whether you're getting the $40-50 version or the $100 version. So it's a good all over the board in terms of like, if you had like the Apple stuck, that's what you wanted. And two, the other thing is when you're dealing with Apple-based products, if you're not working with a licensed printer that is approved by Apple, if you print on their products, it will void every single warranty known to man on an Apple product. So just a little tidbit on that. If you did want a speaker though that we have right now, that we have good stock of right now, we carry a brand called Braven, and Braven is actually a sub brand of Zag. So if you don't, you've probably seen Zag in a lot of stores. Every store carries them. So Zag is the maker of a lot of the tempered glass premium screen protectors that you put on your phone. So they created a sub brand called Braven a few years back and really went into the speaker market with it. Our most popular one is going to be the Braven Square. Not only for the fact you still get a really good sound quality, I would say is right up there with JBL. You get about a 6-hour playtime out of this. This is also IPX7 waterproof. plus the branding area on here is almost this entire speaker plate. It goes right above this little area. So you have this whole area to play with. It is absolutely fantastic. And, you know, it's built for the outdoors. So there is a clip on the back, like an elastic band that can wrap around. So like if you're a golfer, wrap it around the edge of the side of the golf cart. Or if you're camping, wrap it around the tent or something else, and you just stretch it, wrap it around, and then it hooks. Let's see if I can do it. It hooks right back in to hold on there. All your controls and everything are built in on the side. The nice thing, the only place to print on this is on the speaker plate. So when an employee or someone gets it, your company logo is always seen. And then the Braven logo is very, very small, like right here. And I think that's the thing before I move on into other things. The main thing to remember about printing your logo on a retail product is your employees are going to buy these products anyway. They're going to buy them from all of the stores, the Walmarts, the Targets, the Best Buys, Amazons. So giving them a product that is a retail branded product that they would go buy anyway just adds to the appreciation value, and it shows how much you care about your employees. They'll feel more appreciated. They'll stick around longer. It boosts morale, period. So sticking with audio, we also carry I Love, which you may have seen in, I believe, Walmart and some other stores carry them. We carry a version of their earbuds. So the logo for I Love will be right on top, and then your logo goes right here. These are some of the earbuds that they look similar in shape and size to the Samsung versions. And they fit right in. They do go in your ear, so you'll get more noise canceling out of them than some of the other ones that just kind of sit right on the outside of the ear canal. And then power banks. So I feel like in the power bank world, I was such a late adopter to power bank because my thought was, if I can't keep my phone charged, how on earth am I going to keep a power bank charged? However, now I probably have about a dozen at home that I'll use throughout the week or when I'm traveling. And then Sunday, when it's laundry day, all of the power banks get plugged into charge. However, we are lucky enough to carry MyCharge, and MyCharge is actually the #2 rated power bank in the retail market. And the nice thing about this one, which is the one that I actually get to travel with, not only do you get a really fantastic branding area, but there's no extra cords with this, because to charge the power bank, once it dies down, you just plug it into the wall and it charges it. And then it's also got your cables built in.
Yeah.
So you've got your lightning one right here, and then you've got your Type-C in here. It doesn't have all three, so it doesn't have the micro USB for some of your older Android phones. It's built for your newer Android phones and iPhones. So, and the nice thing, like with MyCharge, when you get into these retail branded power banks, if they have attached cables, everything is MFI certified. So it's made for iPhones, which is what MFI stands for. They've been certified through Apple to have this on here, which also is what will drive up that retail price on those. I actually get to travel with that one. It's a 6,000 mAh power bank, so I can get a good 2 charges out of it for my phone, so I don't ever have to worry about it.
And it's a one color imprint, it looked like?
Oh, no, we can do full color.
Full color on that. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to say that too. You guys do an excellent job with full color imprinting. That's another thing I really like about working with you guys. You're good at it.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, we do the gamut of printing. We'll do pad print, we do full color, laser engraving. We even, on some of our backpacks, we can even embroider. I mean, you name it, we can usually handle it in terms of printing. And then we also carry a brand called iHome. I feel like everybody knows iHome. They do also Bluetooth speakers. They do alarm clocks and such. And we carry some of them, like behind me. You can see like our showroom. That straight back there is going to be like iHome, I Love, and all that right there. But they've really gotten into this market of like sleep therapy, aromatherapy, and all of these things. And the most popular one that we carry out of them is called their Synergy. So it's just a candle. Like, I don't think it's showing real well, but it's lighting up red and then pink, and it will just kind of pulse, and it plays like soothing sounds to help you sleep at night. It is a Bluetooth speaker as well, so you can connect it to your phone and blast out whatever you want. If rock music or rap or whatever is what helps put you to sleep, play it through there. If not, it's got default sounds built into here that'll help you play, and then the logo goes right below the power button. So when they go to hit it to turn it on, they see the company logo right there.
That thing's got your name written all over it, Brett. Candle, soothing sounds, colors, rap music.
Hit me up for Zen immediately.
And then, of course, I mentioned we carry a Logitech and Belkin. Belkin, one of the things that we actually use a lot around the office is this wall plug.
I have that in my kitchen. Just plug. I have no pun intended, but yeah, I have it in my kitchen.
You have to have them nowadays because you got to have those USB ports available at all times. I know I'm notorious. Like if I actually am cooking inside, I have to plug my phone into an outlet. Usually, if I'm looking at a recipe or playing music through it or whatever. But yeah, these are super important. You get 3 normal outlets and then 2 USB ports. And these are like quicker charge USB ports as well. I mean, Belkin doesn't go for the slow anymore.
And that groove on the top, I think, is designed so you can set your phone in it, like while it's charging, right?
You're exactly right. It'll set right in there. So when it's against the wall, it'll lean back. So then your phone, you can still see it if you need to.
One other little pro tip on that thing that was really weird to me, the screw in the middle of it, I was like, what is that about? And it was basically so you can remove I think it was so you can remove the screw in your outlet cover and then screw that into that hole to secure it, right? So
yep.
I just didn't know that. So
yeah, you are exactly right. But yeah, I had someone ask like, what this extra piece was for on the backside too. And so when I told them, they're like, oh, okay, now I'm with it. And then we carry Homedics. So Homedics, we had kind of stopped talking about because what we carry through Homedics is their UV line of products. But it's, now we're coming back to it being more relevant than it was probably last year with the unfortunate rise of the COVID cases and everything. So UVC, we know already the sanitizers, the masks and everything, but UVC has really grown in popularity since, unfortunately, since the pandemic has happened. If you didn't want to use like the sanitizer or wipe down all of your products with a Clorox wipe and such, Homedics is really honed in on UVC. So it looks like this, and these are all rechargeable. Everything with Homedics is rechargeable. You can use it plugged in or you can charge it. But it just opens up and you'll see like the lights are right up here. Set everything you want over here, close it. There's a magnetic piece right here. Turn it, and then the power button, you'll turn it on. Last 90 seconds, anything that's in here will be sanitized. So it's kills 99.9% of germs and bacteria is what this does. And UVC really, I know can be questionable for some because it's like, well, how do I know? One, we have all of the certifications. We can show you all the paperwork and everything from Homedics. But 2, when you get it out, there's just like that hint of smell that that it's been sanitized. It's got that smell. So it's kind of like added security. Even if you don't like that smell, it's added security. But one of the other things they came up with, which I think is really cool, especially, because in my role, I travel a lot and I go see a bunch of different people. So I'm in and out of hotel rooms or Airbnbs, is the one that you can just rub over anything. So it looks kind of like almost like a scrub brush that you would use on your dishes. So it's got a nice little case that it slides into. So you just slide it out and you'll see 3 UVC lights right there, and you just turn it on and then just go back and forth over whatever you need to sanitize, whether it's a bed, a countertop, a table, or something like that, and you're good to go. And you'll see the purple UVC lights coming down. So, and then, I mean, of course, you wouldn't want to turn it up. When you turn it over, it'll actually turn off because UVC rays are super harmful for your eyes. So, and then when you turn it back over, it'll start back over and go again on that. And your branding would go right here on it. So Homedics logo's right here, yours is right up top. And then really the sticking, like, working, like traveling and all of that, we also came up with a work from home, work from anywhere line. And it really kind of came into play when 2020 just went crazy. So we brought in what they call Loom Cube. So Loom Cube's kind of the originator of what is now most popular, or you see on Instagram, which is the ring light. So Loom Cube kind of was first to the game before taking pictures with the ring light in your glasses was super cool. But Loom Cube is, all of the lights are right here. It does come with a diffuser. It is just a straight up light to help you show better on on Zoom meetings, virtual meetings. It really kind of got its start when people were doing like vlogs, video blogs, and things like that. And it just suction cups to the back of your monitor. So you just boom right there, and then your logo goes right here. We'll laser engrave on it. And you'll see there's a screen right here. So there's three brightness levels. You get low, medium, or it's warm, natural, and bright is what it is. And then there's a click wheel, so you can just adjust how high or low you want the lights to be. And this will tell you right here. This will also tell you the battery power on it, because unlike the actual ring lights that you see all over social media, those have to be plugged into a USB port for them to work. There's no built-in batteries to keep them charged if they're not plugged in. The Lume Cube actually has a built-in battery, so you can use it plugged in, or once it's charged, you can use it, and you get like 12 hours of usage out of it. And this will actually tell you, the little screen will tell you how charged the battery is, so you know when to plug it in and use it. And then we also brought in Blue. So Blue is a sub-brand of Logitech, and they really honed in on microphones. I'm actually using one right now, one of our more premium ones, but their most popular one is called the Snowball. So I'm sure y'all have all seen this. It comes on like a little tripod stand, but it's Snowball for a reason, just because it's super round and that's what it looks like. You'll get the Blue logo right there, and then your logo would go right on top. And the nice thing to note about them is they really are a plug and play. You plug it in, it'll default as the microphone, and you're good to go. It also has what they call noise isolation. So I'm talking to you here using one, and if there's noise in the background, like just slight noise, it'll isolate it. So, and it'll pull it away, so all you hear is my voice. So it's not super distracting, rather as if I was just using the laptop microphone, you'd hear everything around me, like even air. Like if the AC kicked on, you would hear the sound of the air coming through here. Unlike with one of these, you don't get that. And then one of the things that I was lucky enough to be gifted with when I started here was what they call the Lap Gear Pro. So this is really meant to travel with you to hotel rooms, Airbnbs, or even to use at home. I know I've used mine sitting on the couch or sitting in bed when I shouldn't be working and I'm still scrolling through emails, but this is it right here. So again, it's the Lap Gear Pro. It's got a nice little carrying handle on it, but your laptop will sit right here, and it holds my massive 16-inch MacBook Pro with no problem. You get a mouse pad right here, a phone holder right here, and then a nice little memory foam armrest. The bonus about this is like some of these other ones that are out on the market are solid on the back with like the beanbag stuff. And when you set those on your lap, over time, your legs are just gonna sweat, it's gonna get hot, it's gonna get uncomfortable. So this is built with that in mind. So you'll see like this area, when this is sitting on your lap and when it starts to get a little hot, it'll actually pull the heat away from your leg and push it out to both sides, so your legs don't sweat at all. Plus, I mean, the branding area on it is super massive. So when it's sitting
we
up
actually
against
considered
someone's
this as our gift, Josh. This was something we were considering sending out as our gift before we went with the Bodum set. So we really like this.
I like Bodum. I like that one. So either way, you couldn't have made a bad choice. And then the last kind of like techie thing I'm going to talk about is Meter. So again, I love to grill. I love to cook on my flat top. I will attempt to smoke things in my smoker. It doesn't always turn out right. But there's a Bluetooth meat thermometer that's brand name is Meter. It is the #1 Bluetooth meat thermometer on Amazon. It's got like 18 some odd thousand reviews, and we're at like, it's like 4.75 out of 5 stars. So it's a really good product. It's super compact. You can either have the logo printed, or you can actually laser engrave the logo on this. It does have magnets built in on the back, so when you're not using it, just throw it up on the side of your fridge or wherever it'll magnetize. And then it is battery powered too. So it's just a AAA battery that goes right in the back. And again, it just magnets right on. But the nice thing about this is, right, there's no wires or anything involved, and you plug it into the meat. There's a line and you plug it in all the way right to that. But there's an app. So you download the app and you pair it, your phone with the meat thermometer, and whatever you're cooking, you just select on the app. Like I was going to do steaks. You select beef, steak, and then what type of steak, and whether you want it rare, medium rare, like the desired level of doneness. And it'll tell you. So then you put it into the side of the meat all the way up to where that line is, and it'll tell you the inside, the temperature of the meat, how long you have left to cook, and when you need to flip it to get an even sear on both sides. My best friend and I, over the July 4th holiday, because he's better at like smoking rather than I am. So we did a brisket, and we were like, this is the perfect time to really test this out. So we used this, and we actually plugged his wired meat thermometer in there, just to, we wanted to compare, and it was on point, like degree for degree. Every time the wired one switched, this one switched as well. So this lasted 12 hours in the brisket, but not only did it tell us the temperature of the brisket, but this end is also a thermometer, and will tell you the ambient heat around like the brisket. So we knew the temperature inside the smoker, so we knew when to go back in and add wood chips to up the temperature, add more smoke, and things like that. And with it being Bluetooth, it's nice. You can just we walked to the other side of the patio, and we're talking, or we were in the pool playing volleyball and things like that, and my phone would alert me when we needed to go, and if we needed to flip or if we needed to add more stuff. So it's nice not being tethered to that and having to go check on it every like couple of hours, because with a brisket, it's takes forever. So then we also, moving completely away from some tech, let's get into backpacks and drinkware. So we carry several different brands of backpacks. Most of them, we carry Takano, we carry Thule, we carry Matador, which Matador is built all for the outdoors. They're carried in like REIs and things like that. But our number one brand that we carry is going to be Targus. And this is our number one bag that we carry. It will hold, again, my 16-inch MacBook Pro with no problem. You got a front pocket right here, and then you get 2 more additional pockets. It's also like super cushioned on the back. So if your laptop's in here, you're not going to feel that the laptop's against your back. It's got like a really good cushion built in right here, and also on the straps. Now, the funny thing about this is last week I was out at a convention and then took like a 3-day mini vacation. And I went to Universal. So I was behind this lady. We were waiting in line to take the Harry Potter train to the other park. And I'm with someone, and they were like, oh, I really like that backpack. And I was like, that's our backpack. Like, I remember like that was a project we did when I first started. So it was nice seeing like a project that I had been a part of out in the wild, so to speak. But it is like universities, a lot of people will give this backpack out just because it's super functional. I mean, everything about Target is functional. And now drinkware. So drinkware is a newer space we really kind of started getting into. We brought in a couple of newer brands. We brought in Swig and Brewmate, and everything else. And Swig, I really love to talk about. One, they're a woman-owned company. You'll find them a lot in your Bed Bath and Beyonds. But they carry some drinkware pieces that you don't really see anywhere else. I mean, even down to their tumbler. I don't feel like the design of their tumbler is different than that most that you see like that Yeti style. So it's super slim, and then it comes out a little bit, and then you can get a nice laser engraved logo on the front. And then they have their branding on the back, but they're also rubber bottom. So when you set it down, you're not getting that clank from the mug hitting the counter, and you don't have to worry about anything chipping. So it kind of helps soften that as well. And then they've got a really nice kind of like leak-proof lid. You'll see like there's pieces of silicone kind of right in here to really help seal everything in. But one of the things that I love most about them, that they really have a drinkware piece that you don't see anywhere else, is what they call their golf party line. So I don't think you can really get the feel, but you can see the texture on it really looks like a golf ball. And this is the tumbler for them. So again, slim tumbler, put whatever you want inside. They also carry it in a slim can cooler, and then a water bottle. So it's an entire line. And I'm not a golfer. Something about it bores me, but I just want these pieces just for the sheer look of them, because they're beautiful. Plus the fact that we can actually still laser engrave on it and it be legible. I mean, that goes to show like how much dedication we put behind our printing to be able to print on this and it be legible. And then there's Brewmate. So if you don't know about Brewmate, Brewmate kind of came in and took the drinkware market by storm. The guy, you know, had social media influencers talk about him and kind of let social media do the rest of it. And when I started here, I wasn't even like, I didn't really know anything about Brewmate, but you better believe once we started talking about it here, oh, all of these ads were on my Facebook feed for Brewmate. And Brewmate carries like some crazy, like, I think they have a color called Glitter Mermaid and Sunset and all of these different things. I mean, we of course will carry, you know, the main colors that are the most popular, your black, white, stainless, navy, maybe some red or green. But they call themselves the dehydration company. So everything they do is usually geared towards drinking some kind of alcoholic beverage. Our most popular piece that we carry from them is going to be the Hopsolator Trio. So this, it's tall, right? So you would think it's for a slim can. It's actually built for a 12-ounce can. So like Bud Light, whatever you're gonna put in here, craft beer, whatever, it'll go right in here. And it's got like these indentions on the side. And the feel of this is just different than any other drinkware piece you'll feel when it comes to like an Arctic or a Yeti. This just has a different feel to it. The Brewmate logo's on the back, and then we laser engrave on this one. But it's a trio for a reason. So you'll see like this is the piece you would screw on, and you would think, oh, I'm just going to slide the can right in. But if you put a 12-ounce can beverage in here, it's going to disappear. So they give you what they call this, which is similar to a whiskey stone, right? You throw it into your freezer, let it get super cold, and then you drop it right on top, set your drink on there. So if you are sipping your drink, it'll keep it colder even longer than if it was just sitting in here normal. If you don't want to use it to hold a can, they also give you a nice lid so you can pour whatever you want in here and then just push the lid on and you're good to go. Again, they also have a rubber bottom built in to help with the clank when it sets down. Now, to tell you how much they gear themselves towards drinking, they have a line of something called they have a fifth, which will hold alcohol. It's got a built-in shot glass on the top, but this is called their wine insulator. Again, it will hold an entire bottle of wine or whatever. I'm supposed to say you could also put water in here. So if you want to go that route, you can. But they even give you a funnel to help with the pour. So just pop it out, put it in there and pour, and it'll easily get all the wine in this bottle. And then you close it back up and nobody will ever know. You could tell people it's water in there and then just put a straw in it and they're not going to know. They also have, they call it their rocks glass, their rocks tumbler. So if you don't want to use like an actual glass, you can use this. And again, sticking with the whole theme, they even have like a flask. So they really have thought about everything on this. And then out of drinkware, the last one I want to, and it's a lot more than just drinkware, right? We carry coolers and everything else, but we have a brand called Patriot. And Patriot is tied to a fantastic give back program that I could really go on this entire 45 minutes about. But Patriot, we work with Homes for Troops. So 20% of the net proceeds of every single sale, whether it's our slim can, a bag, or something like that that's tied with Patriot, 20% of the net proceeds goes back to Homes for Troops. So they build houses for veterans, whether they're disabled or not, or they just need some housing assistance, they will take care of them. And they build those houses with that they may down the road have some kind of disability. So they build everything in for every single type of, whether it's just like you're coming back and everything's normal or you need additional help, that house is built completely for you to function no matter what stage you are in when you come back. And you know, we get to go out and help plant flowers and do all of these things. So everything is built with that in mind. And a couple of the drinkware pieces, actually all of our drinkware pieces, except one of our brand new canteens. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you'll see like there's these ribs on here, and that actually stands for the 13 stripes on the American flag. And then the bottom, let's see if I can get close enough. There's 50 stars pushed into every single piece. And if for some reason it's not pushed in, you'll at least see it laser engraved, the laser engraved stars on the bottom of it. So that's our slim can cooler. The nice thing about this one too is you'll see a lot of your slim can coolers, even down to like the Brewmate, it's completely round on top. So when you drink out of it, you're hitting the edge of your cup. With Patriot, it's got these indentions. So when you drink, you're hitting the side of the can so your mouth stays cold. So it adds to like when you're drinking your drink, it's already cold. And this really, you don't have to take this off. It just pushes in and pulls out, unlike some of those other ones where you have to unscrew the lid to take the can out. And we have an 18-ounce coffee mug. Again, this is the wood grain effect is completely different. It's powder coated on, so it's not going to like chip or anything over time. And they have a twist lock lid to keep everything in. We also carry, the Yeti style, the larger 30-ounce and 20-ounce tumblers. But we also carry the soft pack coolers, the hard-sided coolers like you would see. And then one of our more popular ones is our tote. So it's an 8-gallon tote, completely flat, hard bottom on here. A fantastic imprint area below Patriot. And then really it will hold just about anything in there. It's got like, this is filled up with an airbag, but it's insulated and everything else. It is a super fantastic piece. And we can actually make a kit where we'll pair it with 2 water bottles as well. And then last but not least, let's talk about the gift that you all got, which is Bodum. So Bodum is probably one of the, out of all of the drinkware, is the newest brand that we brought in, and they are the end all be all of coffee press. So French presses really kind of like blew up in popularity when the pandemic hit and people were working from home and actually had time in the mornings to make coffee. I'm still notorious for just popping something straight into a Keurig. But Bodum is like, I mean, it really is. It's just a high-end coffee press, and it makes sure it takes the taste level of your coffee to a whole other level. And they actually have, there's 2 models. So they you can either get a model with like a plastic casing or a glass casing. And their glass casing is actually it's patented to not stain over time, so you won't get the coffee rim or anything after use. I don't know what they did with it to make it act like that, because coffee can stain just about anything. But with this piece specifically, if it's glass, we obviously can't laser engrave or anything on it, so we actually will do stuff on the stainless steel area. And it's not just coffee. So I actually had someone call not too long ago asking if they could use it for tea, and you absolutely can. Just take your tea leaves, put them in the bottom, and then the same way you would do coffee, just press right down, whether it's a tea bag or tea leaves or whatever you want to put. So it's not really just about coffee, it's really whatever you can put in the bottom right here. And the way it's done will keep the grounds, like the coffee grounds and everything, from coming up through that. But the set that y'all got also came with 2 glasses. So you'll get a Bodum French press and then 2 glasses, and they're 8-ounce Pavina glasses. And the really fantastic thing about these is I just love when there's stuff poured inside here, because it looks like it's floating. So it's double walled. So you'll see, like, you can see the inside piece, but so it keeps the heat away. So when you're grabbing it like this, if you pour like super hot coffee, you're never going to know, because it's pushed away enough from the glass that it keeps it nice and cool to the touch. But yeah, it keeps your coffee like piping hot. So, all right, that's it. I went through everything.
No, thanks, Josh. That was awesome. You did great, man. That's and I know that's just scratching the surface with the brands that you guys have. So that's a tall task to take all the brands I'm having some chair trouble here. Sorry. To take all the brands that you guys have and kind of distill that down into something that you can do in 30 minutes. So thanks again for your time. Does anybody have any questions? Please just unmute and ask anything, or you can type in comments. And then, Brett, do you want to throw anything in or any thoughts?
No, I think that, obviously great job, Josh. I mean, you crushed it today. I loved just being very product heavy. Historically, we've done like some slideshows and things like that. And then more or less towards the end, we show some product, but this is the first one where it's been very product heavy throughout. And I personally loved it and thought it was great. And I'd be curious to know if other people that are regulars on the partner series thought the same thing. The brands that you guys are picking are obviously well vetted. And I think a lot of the products and the brands speak for themselves, to where you guys more or less just show it and it flies off the shelves.
Yes.
And then the other thing with the Swig, with the Brewmate, with Patriot, we still get requests for Yetis, but I think a lot of people just don't know that there's some other really cool drinkware options out there outside of Yeti. I think Yeti kind of came in, were the first ones to do like cool drinkware or reinvent the drinkware piece. But since then, there's been some really, really awesome thought through drinkware pieces that are different. And even Brianna said, I love my Brewmate. And I was just in Seaside, Florida a couple weeks ago, saw some brewmate pieces in some retail gift shops, saw some swig pieces as well. So these different, I guess, warriors in the drinkware industry are coming in and doing some really unique things. And I love to get people thinking outside of the Yeti box and into that world. But no, I think you crushed it. I think the brands are awesome, products are awesome, and looking forward to hopefully, showing and selling some of this stuff.
One quick funny story about Braven. We had gotten one of the Braven, not the one you showed, but the other smaller one. And, on the packaging, it said that it was waterproof or whatever. So when we tried to take a video, it just didn't turn out real well. But we went into the kitchen, filled up the sink, and just took that thing and just fired it into the sink. And it was still playing music while it was floating in the water. So, it works. It was legit. So, well, if no one has any comments, I know we're a little bit over time, so I want to be respectful of that. And so please, Josh, thank you again for your time and effort to do this. Anyone on the call, anything you've seen, and also please make sure I put a link in the comments to go and check out all the other brands, because there's lots of other brands that they have that we didn't talk about today. And so we're happy to help you get started on this early this season. Reach out to Brett, myself, Alex, Buck, anything that we can do for you. And Josh, thank you again.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, you did a great job, and I appreciate it. So, hey, thanks everybody. Have a great day, and we'll look forward to seeing you next month for Maple Ridge Farms. So look out for information coming out on that.
See y'all.